1. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy confessed to the murders of 30 young women across 7 states between 1974 and 1978. His charm and intelligence made him one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. 2. Andrei Chikatilo. Andrei Chikatilo, also known as the Butcher of Rostov, was a Soviet serial killer who murdered at least 52 women and children between 1978 and 1990. 3. Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, was responsible for the murders of 17 young men between 1978 and 1991. His crimes involved necrophilia, cannibalism, and the preservation of body parts. 4. Wayne Gacy. Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, sexually assaulted and murdered at least 33 teenage boys and young men between 1972 and 1978, hiding many of the bodies in the crawl space of his house. 5. Pedro López. Pedro López, known as the Monster of the Andes, is believed to have raped and murdered more than 300 young girls across Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru during the 1970s and early 1980s. 6. Gary Ridgway. Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, confessed to murdering 71 women, mostly sex workers, in Washington state during the 1980s and 1990s. 7. Richard Ramirez. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, terrorized Southern California in the mid-1980s, committing 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. 8. Albert Fish. Albert Fish, also known as the Gray Man, was a child rapist and cannibal who boasted of having killed and eaten several children in the 1920s and 1930s. 9. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is an unidentified serial killer who terrorized London in 1888, murdering at least 5 women, all prostitutes, and mutilating their bodies in a manner that indicated extensive knowledge of human anatomy. 10. H. Holmes. H. Holmes, one of America's first documented serial killers, confessed to 27 murders, though some estimates place his total body count as high as 200. He built a murder castle with hidden passageways and traps in Chicago during the 1890s.